And last but not least, we are finalizing our third crystal for the solar plexus trinity with Sunstone. And as the name suggests, it really ties into that solar principle, just as Moonstone connects in with the lunar principle. So Sunstone, there's some actually really beautiful images in your notes. Actually is a feldspar similar to Moonstone and Labradorite that has that ability to have that iridescent flash. So when you move a piece around and it catches the light, it will reflect light. But it also has, and you can see clearly in some of these pictures, inclusions of copper, goethite, and I think there's some other minerals, hematite as well. So it really has like these fleckles of luminosity in high quality pieces. A lot of the pieces that you may see in crystal stores, sometimes they're not the best quality pieces. They're just like little orange lumps. So I just think it's nice to see some of those high quality varieties in the pictures that are really luminous and have that. Yeah, there's something about when you see a piece that radiates and illuminates the way it does when it reflects, that just it sort of really sends a rush of that solar energy through your being. There's something really really special and magical about this frequency, and it's such a beautiful energy to end on because it is ultimately a stone of optimism, of invigoration, of vitality, of joy, and really of just giving us that boost that we need of confidence and belief in self, belief and trust in self to accomplish your goals with ease, and while also giving us the luminosity and the ability to shine the light into areas that are excuse me, that are sort of laying in the darkness. It's interesting that the animal associated is the scorpion, because when you think about scorpions, they hide under rocks or in a boot or something. So, it's almost like its energy is about turning over the stones. It's shining light into the dark crevices of your psyche and just of your being, of where we actually have fears that we might not even be aware of. And it's not that we have to go digging, but it's like this light is blinding. It is such a, when you attune to the energy of Sunstone, you know that you have ultimately that light within you that can traverse and face any fear. So it is a beautiful frequency to end with, because we've gone on this alchemical journey into the furnace of the fires to really move through any stagnancy, any suppressed emotions, anything that is hidden, that is not in alignment to the truth of who you are, and therefore we're bringing those impurities, so to speak, to the surface so we can just keep radiating, shining, and stepping forward with the optimism and the confidence to really achieve what we're here to achieve. And that really is to express yourself in your fullest. So Sunstone is definitely if ever there was like a yes or a no in a crystalline frequency, Sunstone is a yes. This is a high five. This is a, we can do this. And it's a particularly great energy to work with when you've been in a very depressive state and when you can't pull yourself out of that space. So, it really sort of lights the firecracker from under you and gets you going. And it's the motivation that we need sometimes when we've allowed ourselves to become stagnant and we've allowed ourselves to be defined by our fears, or just got sort of made peace with a feeling of low self-worth. This is saying, no, this is not what you came here to be. You've come here to shine your brightest. And this is the best ally for just giving yourself that boot up the backside. And sometimes that is required. It's like, it is time to go. It is time to shine. And it's a really beautiful frequency. And I want to remind us, and myself included, that while we're working in these energies, this is a really great time to review your goals. And, sometimes we think of goals as being, more of that masculine orientation of a future thing. And really it's the journey that makes that makes life rich. And yes, that's so true. But if we don't have those benchmarks or those goalposts, sometimes we don't even take the journey. Sometimes we're content to just stay put, stay on the couch, decide to not grow. And that's where depression comes in. And it's definitely a time now, especially, no matter what time you're tuning into this video, but I feel like I'm feeling the energetics just in the space where it's like this time of year where I'm in now in May just feels like it's go time. It's very interesting. In the Northern Hemisphere, that's springtime, so there's typically more energy. And here, even though it's autumn, you think we'd be going in, but I feel like here in the Northern Rivers, it's like, all the craziness of summertime is done. Now I feel like there's momentum to be able to move forward. So I think, no matter where you are in your life, even if it is holiday period, even if things are busy, we can be very productive, no matter what the stage is, whether it's being activated and active in the world, or dreaming, creating, and setting the benchmarks for ourselves. It's just not an energy to stay put and stay withdrawn. Yeah, this is an outward flowing frequency, and it's a beautiful one to end with. I've also put in your notes some pictures of all the cultural associations. So Sunstone was very much connected with the ancient Egyptians as well, and that solar, the life bringing qualities of the sun. And yeah, none other than the word sunstone. It just says it all. So yeah, just have a look at some of those pictures, and just feel the warmth. It's the feeling of being summer year round when you're in this frequency. So let that warmth heat you up and help you to motivate you to create some new dreams and some new benchmarks for yourself to go on a journey, whether that be external or internal. It's really however you want to light yourself up. This is what we want to do. Okay, enjoy this process, and we'll see you for the heart chakra next.